Alrighty. Wedging table. Wedging table. I need to take the projected. Set that over here. I gotta take the chat. Pop it out. And set it over here. And I should be able to bring this back, which gives that there. And now I'm ready to go. Alright, first thing we're gonna do is gonna wedge up some clay here. Green on. Good morning, chili dogs. We have 3 more pots coming your guys' way. They're right behind me here. The clay is a little bit soft. I'm back to using that stoneware. We've been using that for the past couple weeks here. The playlist today is one that only has like 19 views. It was posted 2 days ago. The name of the playlist is just numbers. It's kind of interesting. Every once in a while the algorithm will send me, playlists that don't really have any definitive understand what the music's about, and I think that they're some of the most interesting playlists that the algorithm pushes my way. So whatever I clicked on to get me here, I'm happy for it. So let's get into it. Green off. Did I say good morning, chili dogs? Feed them horses? Would you focus on gross? I can't even remember. That's so weird. My brain already forgot what the intro was. Alrighty. Oh. Camera C. Also, the water here, there's not really a lot of like normal water, so I'm gonna just get rid of a lot of this stuff. I'm gonna start with some more watery water, less clay water. That really makes sense there. All right. Pottery shelf. Pottery shelf. Oh, we did it. All right. And then camera A. Camera C. Camera B. Something I noticed though is I want to get some of this dry stuff right off that middle before I try to stick it down. Sometimes I can prevent it from having a nice suction to that base. Pump that in. Get ready. Take that finger underneath. Project that forward. There you go. Right down to the bottom again. Right underneath and project that forward. We got one more, so we'll swap over to camera A. Right underneath. Speed that up as you go up. Had one thin spot right there, you can see. We're not too worried about it. And wherever it starts to wobble, lower that right hand down, and then walk that up to the clay. So down, and then walk that up to that left hand. And then we're gonna swap over to camera C. Take your hammer fist right over top. Push that in. Hammer fist still going over on top, slowly walking this bag. I'm gonna open this up just a little bit. Get some water on the inside there. Like a pond, you know, can't have the tadpoles be drying out. Open this up. I think that most people try to push all this clay out. They literally try to pull it out with their hands, right? Cut through that bottom base with your fingertips. And then you can cut the clay rather than pull it, so then you can work with larger amounts of clay without having to exert more pressure, right? Think of like water jet cutting. I'm gonna round this side off. I'm gonna slowly smooth out this base here. Alright, and here we go. Hey guys, it's me, friend of the stream, Mr. Llama. We're gonna get into another volcano pole. I'll see you down there in a second. Camera B. Llama's gonna bite right on this rim, slowly walking back towards myself as that left hand is slowly projecting itself forward. And it's that back and forth. Think of two lanes of traffic coming across each other. That's gonna get you over a volcano. What is your inspiration for Mr. Llama? Like the name or like the actual pole itself? The pole itself is just kind of technically I discovered it and it just made it easier to bring this top in. But the idea of it is like, I was like, well, if you're pinching on there, if you just go like this is like a little, when I was in the bus, people would be like, happy llama, sad llama, you know, and like it was like a whole entire thing. Like it was just like a on the bus thing. I don't know if that really made sense. Can I hear the background music too? Yeah, I can hear it. I'm gonna push this in. So it's kind of like one of those little, it's not like a nursery rhyme, but the same thing. Like a little game, like musical thing or whatever. I don't know if that makes sense. Let me know if that doesn't really make sense. Alright, I'm curling that in a little bit, right down to the bottom. Again, I'm taking my knuckle right at this base. I'm in. I'm grabbing this little bump. I'm walking this up. Right? Again, I want to make sure I don't go too thin. It's just a random playlist that popped up. All it was just random numbers, and I was like, sounds good, I'll click that one. Okay. Right down to the bottom here. Getting ready for a height pull. So we're going to push in. Slowly taking our hands, 2 fingers up over top to find that bump. And just keep that bump up. And walk that straight up. And I'm going to slowly, when I get to the top, lessen that pressure. There we go. I'm really thin on that base. And I kind of want to push that out, so we'll do that. So I'm out on that base a little bit here. So you can see I just project that out just a tad. Again, just trying to make sure I get that base a little bit more under control there. Sometimes if it's too far in, it really wants to trip over, right? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3. Gets that red. And so these are always kind of fun. So when I did that last little pull there, you could see I kind of gained a lot of little channels on the side. And so now the channels kind of weave in and out of the veins of the tree. So I always think those are kind of an interesting thing to do with the object there. Yeah, the grooves, I also agree. A little bit of water right on this bottom edge. And we gotta lift up the skirt here. There we go. A little bit of water. Have my pinky underneath there. Do 4 tendrils here. Curl these in. I'm going to take these extra little clay chunks out. I'm going to bring these up. Maybe I want this one to go down. Something like this, maybe. Looks okay. Instead of bringing these in, I'm just going to taper them out, just like this. I'm never going to be done with the first one. Camera C. the second one on there. Camera A. Medusa's wine glass, interesting. Camera C. Camera B. You can see by just projecting that left hand forward, you can get it pretty much on center, right? But that's all you need is that right hand to push it up against. And if you can't push it across, the only way it can go is up, right? How's the plate connected to the spinning mechanism? 2 little pegs, and so you just latch that right on. Camera A. So even if it gets wobbly on the top, we're focused on what's happening right underneath my hands. Slowly bring this in. Go. Camera C. Take your hammer fist. Look always on that left side, never reaching over, never breaking my wrist, right? Right down. Slowly walking his back towards you. There you go, you got it, your nice little hockey puck here, right? Your fingers, cut backwards here. Smooth out this base. Right off this top. I'm going to swap over to Camera A. Hey guys, it's me, Mr. Llama. Pot number 2. We're gonna make another volcano here. Let's get into it. We're walking this up. A little bit of water. Peace and love from Australia. I recently read about, is it Parth or Prath? It's on the left side of Australia. I was reading up on the city there. Perth, there you go. Actually, I have a friend who's into like electronic art, and they're from Australia. Right now they're in a residency in the US, but yeah. project that in. Slowly drift this right up on top. Camera B, call this in. Have I eaten clay? Yeah, I've eaten clay a couple of times. I feel like a lot of people who ask that question now all come from that one short that I made that got a lot of views. Someone said, bro, I know you do shrooms. I like portobellas, but morels were pretty popular here where I'm at recently. Oh no, one of the pots fell. We'll see that in a little bit, but anyway, we're projecting this forward. Probably left a little bit too much water at the bottom there. But again, you're just finding this bump and you're lifting it up like a baby bird. Perhaps it's a spider that you found in your house and you're one of those people who like to save the spiders. Not me, but if you're one of those people, I respect it. But you're lifting that spider up and you're taking it outside. Go eat the bugs outside, man, not in the house. Camera C, I'll show you. Sometimes if I make it too thin and if there's too much water, it would just kind of rip. So, kind of sad. But it might be one of the fallen ones we keep though, so we'll check it out later. Camera B. I keep some that rip, like there's one from 2 days ago, I'll show you guys. I don't know if you can see this, but look at that, right? And so this one, it was just too thin and too much water there, and it almost became a little window into the vessel, right? This is one I think from yesterday, but sometimes these little tears and rips become like special moments. And so when I leave, when I finish the stuff on the wheel, sometimes things will happen like either there's too much water or, you know, all sorts of things. Maybe it's not drying fast enough, or I made it too thin, and so I don't get to see these things until it's almost like a little surprise. I'm coming down here Christmas morning to see what I have, you know. But I'll keep those ones sometimes. I always think that, like, when I make these pots, they're not even finished. I have ideas for what I want to do. They're one part of a bigger whole. And so I used to make these little ceramic flowers that I'd use to embellish certain aspects of the pots. And so I think that's what I'll do on those ones, you know. I don't know if we like this one, to be honest, guys. We might just make another one here. Worst cup ever. Yeah, we won't keep this one. Alright, guys. We get to see the interior one, though. You can kind of see what it looks like here. all sorts of squiggly and stuff. It's kind of fun to look at. Alright, maybe we gotta do a total reset of today. Alrighty. Oh, BYM workout. Here we go. That's the same thing. Did you see my response to your comment? So this BYM guy in the chat, he popped in the chat and was like, he said, or on one of my shorts, he's like, the same thing for hundreds of times, you know? Which I am doing that, but I corrected you. It's not hundreds, it's in thousands now. And so I just said thousands after your hundreds. I thought that was kind of epic. Maybe I need different music? I can do that. Oh yeah, camera C. Camera C. So I just took the two and I threw them in there. But here, we'll do a vibe shift. Maybe that's what we need. And then I'm gonna kind of go different here. So one moment. Whatever. New shirt, who cares? Yeah. So we're gonna do vibe shift. Let's see. Oh! Alright guys, hold on. That's pretty loud. We're also working with clay that's a little bit softer, so it's going to want to collapse more so. So we're going to wedge this up real quick. Alright, you guys are going to kind of see me go in autopilot mode for a second, so I'm not going to walk through my steps, because I already got like, I was like 1.5 pots in, so I got to catch up here. Oh, look at that, it's not even on this. A double bat. I bet you've never seen that technique. Do you get clay? No, it gets covered, but it was an $8 one, you know? So I'm just gonna use it until it stops working. Camera A? Gives a character? Yeah. It's like my outfits. I feel like my outfits aren't complete until I got clay on it. Alright, camera A. Camera A. Wheel. Alright, right to the bottom. Camera B. Pick your knuckle again. And we're gonna lighten up that bump when we get up a little bit here. Color that in. Run off that top. A little bit of water. Right down to the bottom. Project that in. Slow. Squeeze a little bit. Get that bump right over that top there. Just walk this up. And again, when we get to the top, it's a little bit thinner. Dissipate that bump. Alright guys, something flew off. Yeah, sometimes if a chunk on the bottom folds and it doesn't reattach itself into the clay there, you'll get some of these little, I call them onion rings. They come off. It's just, yeah, when it folds over onto that clay, if it's not dry, it's folding onto that wet thing, so it doesn't even attach. Alright, here we go. We got 6? I did that too fast. There we go. Now we're going to take these up. Slow it down. Kiss the rim. Is it a tree? Yeah. Whoa, somebody knew it was a tree. I just leave them to dry out. I don't fire them. Man, do you guys hear that trumpet right now? Pop this up. As you can see, on one side I didn't go up tall enough, so it's tilting over a little bit. Sometimes we can recenter it, but also we like to lean a little bit. Maybe we play with that. Grab our wire. Look at that. Little snake up on there. Maybe we want this one to come across. Trying to bring in some direction towards that side that's tipping over a little bit. Right? Really good playing with that lean, right? Look at that. Lean, dude. He's dancing. Alright. Camera C. Chill, 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 chill. When I picked it up, I didn't pick it up right. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Alright. Number 2. The music is Persona vibes. Interesting, yeah, actually. I've actually never played Persona, but I've seen games played. How long does it take the clay to dry? Depends on where it's at, but right now in the summer I don't have the heat on downstairs here in the apartment, so it is like maybe takes 4 days for them to dry out, just to pop off the wheel. Maybe like 5 days to fully dry out. Camera A. Tilt that over to the side where that wobble is. Go right down there, catch it. Bring this down. Some water on there. Hammer fist right over top. Walk the back towards yourself. Open this up. Take your finger. Open that clay. Smooth out that base. Get that thinness. Get as much clay as you can up into that wall there. Make sure you have a corner. You don't want your corner to be rounded off. You want a definitive base and a definitive wall. Round that off. Elmo's gonna bite here. Yeah, no worries. Thank you so much for stopping, and I appreciate it. There you go. Camera B. Knuckle pushing in a little bit. Sweet. Now we got the walls kind of nice and equalized here. Give it one more taper towards this interior. Okay. Now let's do one height pole here. Project this right over top. Thank you. You might need to do one more here with some water on this. You too, thanks again for stopping in, I appreciate it. We got one more pole here. A little bit thin on the bottom, so we couldn't really pull that top anymore. But we kind of aligned it nice here, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got a lot of clay on this bottom, so we got to do something funky with it. So we'll probably do a buffer here. We'll bring this out. We did tendrils on the first one, so we'll see what this gives us here. I do two things. I go to work, I play video games, and I do the pottery video stuff. That's it. Fresh cup of Joel. Could go wrong in so many ways. That's the fun part. I always say that if there's no potential for it to go wrong, then I don't think I'm, making the right things. I play a lot of RimWorld. Kind of like a colony simulator game, and I play what else do I play? I'm trying to think. It's a little bit off on this bottom here. That's okay. Oh, Elden Ring. I play a ton of Elden Ring. Camera C? Camera C? Yeah, I'm really into Elden Ring right now. I like the Dark Souls game series too. Do I have any glaze? No, I haven't glazed a single one yet. Oh lord. Oh lord, you know Rimworld? At least from What is it about? I'm assuming that when you say "Oh Lord," it's something that's sus. Not, you could have used "Oh cool," but alright, right down. You guys could just see my blue back. I don't know that one. What kind of games do you play then, Hobo Yoda? Great mentality. Oh, thank you. What is that? It was a tree. I make trees every day. That's my thing. Alright, here we go. Oh no, just more evil ways to mess with the little dudes. Oh, I love that. I used to watch a guy who played like The Sims 3. His name was Robos, and he would always find like weird things to do with his Sims or whatever. So you see how that right hand comes up and around? I'll show you one more time. So I want you guys to look at this hand over here, right? So I'm down, and then watch it come around. So then I can push forward into that hand, right? Most of the Souls games, Elder Scrolls. Yeah, the Souls games are so good. I had some of my students, it's kind of interesting, they're like some teenagers, you know, and they were talking to me about games that they played. And they were like, Mr. No, do you know about, what's it called, Dark Souls? And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I know about Dark Souls. And they were telling me about their builds. And they use like the Dragon Slayer spear from Ornstein and Smough fight. And I was like, how'd you like the fight? And they're like, it was really difficult. And I was like, yeah. But I feel like if you have the right build, it can make it so it's not as difficult. Alright. Camera A. You know what I did is I have a PS2 that I added some like modding hardware to it, so I can just play any game on it that I'd like from the old PS2 days. It's kind of cool. Is that jazz? Yeah, it's something like it, I think. Slowly bring this up. Somebody said live. No way. Hi. Hello. Slowly bring this in. A little bit of water on that top. Your knuckle down. Go right down to the base and walk this up. So you can see that little bead, I didn't smooth it out, so what it did is it gathered right on my hand here, you can see. But I don't really worry about that. If it gets cut off, it gets cut off. You know, you can't let it impede your pull though, right? Again, take my finger, push in towards this base here. Go. Okay, this is probably going to be the last pull here, so camera B. Right down to the bottom. Pushing in first. My fingers on the other side slowly. Right into that bump. I'm really thin on the bottom, so I'm scared it might totally rip off, so I want to be slow with that tension I'm applying. Oh my gosh, guys, you can see it wanting to just buckle right at that bottom base. But we're going to continue this pull. Yeah, look at that fold. We're going to kill this one. But you can see what happened. I'm just way too thin. I'll cut it in half and I'll show you guys. This would be kind of interesting for you guys to see what the walls look like too, right? And so you guys can kind of see how the pole works. My hand on the inside's above, and I'm just slowly taking that bump up. But you can see it's just too thin on that base, and so it just wanted to fold, and it couldn't support all the weight above it. But, alright, one last one. I'm gonna go turbo speed on this. I had 3 failures today, yo. Kind of interesting. Okay. Alrighty. First, man, I especially got into the Souls scene. Souls lore. I will say that with Elden Ring, I had to go in cold turkey, no spoilers, no lore. Oh, that must have been the best thing ever. I wish I could replay all those games with no prior knowledge. Right down to the bottom. Somebody said, "What's up?" More at the base. Just bought some plastic pots for some flowers. Any indoor plant recommendations? And I'm a terrible plant person. I kill everything I own. Wherever that bump is, you want to slowly bring that back up, and that's how you get that back on center there. Do I like Eminem the rapper? Yeah, sure. I feel like I don't really listen to rap, but Eminem's okay. Alright, 2 fingers in. Get some water on the inside here. Open this up. So you see how it's a little bit off, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm just going to smooth out that base. Round up that top there. You ready? Got the volcano. Right down to the base here. Grab your knuckle. Project that in. First pull. How long would it take to learn? I feel like if you give it a year, you could do it. Really. You just gotta be patient with it and don't try to fire everything. I think that's the thing that like really prevents people from getting good on the wheel, is they just try to fire everything. They try to get these objects rather than try to learn the process, right? You bring that in, anything that's off center kind of gets exaggerated. Same with if you bring it out wide. Right down to the base here. go. Okay. Can you make plates and dishes? Yeah, but I don't really make functional stuff other than for when I'm teaching like classes and stuff. Just because like if I'm a pottery teacher, I have to teach pottery, but I don't necessarily consider myself a potter. Aw, man, hold on. I gotta fix that last one here. There we go. So we're just walking this twist up here. On this rim. We don't want to do anything too crazy. So we're just going to slowly pop this out. We're going to take it as thin as we can, and hopefully something almost like a UFO look or something. And then the goal is to make it so thin that it wants to squat down by itself. We'll see if it does it. I might have not have went up enough on this side here, you can see. So that's kind of holding itself up right now. What do you make for yourself? I could imagine sculptures and stuff. Camera A. Camera A. Instrumentality. So you asked me like what do I make for myself? That's all I do is I just fill up rooms for myself. You know, I don't really make stuff for myself, but I do fill rooms for myself, right? So that's one of the rooms. I have an even larger room that's totally filled recently that I haven't made a video of yet, but I will soon enough. Open up this ledge here. Awesome. Go. Get all this out of there. Camera B. There we go. Get this stuff right off the bottom here. Hey, chill. Alright, so you can see it's starting to dip down on that one side there. So, camera A. Camera A. I'll show you guys that opening. I feel like that's kind of an interesting side to look at it. It's opening up towards us. I don't get why you store them. That's because I know pretty much nothing about it. So I'm pretty sure pots and sell them or give them to charity. I don't know, nice skill though. Yeah, they're just for me though, you know, like they're for my, I had a problem a long time with staying devoted to something, and so I told myself I'm gonna make every single day for a year, and so that's what I've been doing. I'm posting it online, so that's my thing. And I don't know, I feel like the first thing that people do is try to market something like pottery, and I feel like a lot of people would benefit from just sitting with it for a little bit and making, rather than just, oh, I'm good at this now, so I'm gonna just start selling all this stuff, you know. And so for me, I kind of want to hold off on that for as long as possible. Alrighty, so these are the 3 for today. Needs to beat forward a little bit more, huh? There we go. Alrighty. Send me some energy, guys. And I'm gonna actually bring this a little bit more forward like that. There we go. Send me some energy, guys. Green on. We're gonna get into the pottery review. We're gonna start off with this one. You know, I think this one is the winner of the day. I kind of like how thin and razor thin that top edge is, dipping down to one side, opening up, saying, hey, look what's inside, right? We got some tendrils on the bottom. I did a 4 tendril on this one, and I think it's complementing that middle twist a little bit, and there's also a good contrast to that pot there. We're gonna swap over here, really experimenting with tendrils in a different way. We're over here, more like pattern. Over here, more like those arms, those tendrils, kind of like this. But I think that this kind of looks nice, where this sits more in that pottery realm. This kind of branches out more towards that sculptural realm, in my opinion. When those tendrils started functioning like appendages, I always think it looks kind of interesting. Anyway, we got the one on the top. We did some petals. They're not even petals, but it's more of a basic form. We gave it a buffer, so if you look at the base of the tree here, between the petals, there's a lot more space than on the ones on the bottom. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. All the best, strong mentality. Let's wheel. All I got in store for you guys. Thank you for watching. I gotta start editing here. That's all I got for today. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. And I'll be happy to answer. But if not, I'm gonna head off here. Camera C. Oh, it's already dead. Camera A. Oh. Ah. Sorry about that, guys. If I swap without turning that off, it's gonna play again. Alright. Well, I think that's it for me. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. So, computer. I'll see you guys in the next one. Or should I say, See you tomorrow. Peace out.